No one was really prepared for what was captured on camera that day. Is this just an ordinary coincidence? Or is there something that has been deliberately kept tight? The question immediately filled the timeline when Jungkook was seen with BSH in a public location, a brief moment that should have passed by, but instead sparked a huge wave of speculation among fans. At first it seemed simple. Jungkook walked leisurely. BSH was by his side, without exaggerated gestures, without any statements. But precisely therein lies the awkwardness. Why were they seen together at such an unusual time? Why does the atmosphere feel different? Some fans who were aware of the small details began to make noise, sharing snippets of videos and photos that then spread quickly. It is from here that the story begins to move in an unexpected direction. What made the situation even more heated was not only Jungkook and BSH's togetherness, but BTS's emotional response to V that emerged shortly after the news circulated. No lengthy clarifications, no open rebuttals, only brief reactions, expressions caught on camera, and gestures that felt deeper than usual. For a moment, the fans were silent. Many felt there was an unspoken emotion, as if V wanted to say something but chose to keep it. Speculation is also growing. Does V know something that the public does not yet know? Is it related to a specific plan that has not yet been announced? Or is there a personal story behind the scenes that has gone unnoticed? Some soldiers admitted that they felt a different atmosphere, as if the relationship between BTS members was in a more sensitive and honest phase. Interestingly, both Jungkook and BSH chose to remain silent. No official statements, no clarifications broke the curiosity. This silence actually reinforces the notion that there is a larger context than just being caught together. On the other hand, these emotional responses continue to be the subject of conversation, analyzed from different angles, from body language to facial expressions. Until now, one thing that many fans agreed on was the feeling left behind after seeing this series of moments. There was a sense of shock, confusion, and emotion at the same time. No one expected a brief sighting to trigger such a profound reaction. Will the real truth be revealed in the near future? Or will it remain an enigma that only those directly involved understand? One thing is for sure, this moment has left an emotional imprint that is hard to ignore, and fans know this story is not really over YET. As time went on, small details that were initially missed began to be rearranged by fans. Video cuts are slowed down, facial expressions are analyzed. Even the silent pauses between those brief moments feel like they speak louder than words. Some believe that V's response is not just a spontaneous reaction, but a reflection of emotions that have been pent up for a long time. Some see this as a sign of maturity, an attitude of restraint in the midst of an increasingly sharp spotlight. But that's exactly where the emotional shock came from. Some fans admitted that they were touched, not because of the drama, but because of the honesty that felt artificial. When V was seen taking a deeper breath or staring blankly for a moment, many felt it was a rarely seen human moment of an idol on the big stage. That silent reaction sparked empathy, leading some of the army to choose silence and wait, instead of over-speculating. On the other hand, the togetherness of Jungkook and BSH continues to spark questions. Why now? Why in that place? Why without overconfidence? These questions spun without answers, as if deliberately left hanging. Some fans suspect it has something to do with a particular project, while others feel it's part of a personal process that shouldn't be forced to explain. Clearly, this dynamic reveals one thing that the public rarely realizes. Behind the busy schedule and perfect image, there are real emotions that remain alive and thriving. V's response, Jungkook's silence, and that unexpected togetherness coalesce into a narrative that feels closer, more fragile, yet also more sincere. Now, the timeline may have calmed down, but curiosity has not completely died out. Fans are waiting for the next little gesture, a smile, a sentence, or even another silence to come back. Will all this boil down to an official explanation, or will it instead be a chapter left open? For now, all that remains are mixed feelings and the realization that that brief moment has changed the way many people view togetherness, emotion, and silence in BTS's world. In the next few hours, the discussion widened, no longer about who is with whom, but about the meaning behind the attitude shown. There are those who begin to remember old moments, pieces of interviews, to small interactions in the past that now feel as if they get a new context. It is as if the public is putting together an emotional puzzle that has been scattered without a clear pattern. Interestingly, some fans actually chose to stop speculating. They feel there are limits that should not be violated, especially when someone's emotions look so real. The V response is considered to speak enough in its own way, without the need for excessive translation. That silence, for many, is the most honest form of communication that can be shown in the hustle and bustle of the spotlight. Meanwhile, Jungkook's name continues to be the center of attention, not because of big statements or gestures, but because of his composure. No impulsive reactions, no attempts to divert the issue. That attitude actually creates the impression that he is fully aware of the consequences of each recorded moment. For some of the ARMY, the calm was soothing, although at the same time it provoked a deeper sense of curiosity. Days go by, new news doesn't come. But the emotional imprint of this event remains to be felt. Many fans admitted that they pondered, realizing that behind all the speculation, what they were witnessing was a human being with feelings, not just a public figure. The brief moment seemed to remind that not everything has to be explained, and not all silence means meaninglessness. Will one day there be a clarification that answers all the question marks? Maybe. Or maybe never. But for fans, one thing is already quite clear. This incident has opened up a wider space for empathy. And it is in that space, between curiosity and meaningful silence, that this story continues to live, waiting for the time to reveal itself, if that is what it wants.